Good morning. August 15th on the Osborne Show, and I'm not going to try to do any clips or anything like that today. Just going to talk a little bit about certain things. Anyway, people say, Alan, how do you deal with all this election stuff and all that? What does that do? Get that out of here. There we go. Well, maybe not. I think I had a bug on my camera or something. Anyway, so Alan, how do you deal with this? Well, I don't want to. I got better things to do. But I just can't really stand by and see what I'm going on seeing in the country. I'm gonna shift to national politics. Sorry, I don't really have a technical crew. Remember, I got $100 campaign going on. But man, I'm tired of our government being bought. Hell, I'm ready for political PACs and stuff to be done away with, and you can't get more than $50 from anybody. It's bullshit. Just like Mike, he's just a PR campaign, and that's one of my biggest problem is. Mike actually has a PR person, and Mike will tell you that they're promoting the brand of the Walton County Sheriff's Office. We don't need a brand of Walton County Sheriff's Office. We need a great Walton County Sheriff's Office, not a brand, not an appearance of one. I mean, what the hell? We just need to know that we like what we got and it fits what we do. Mike's worried about the image he's projecting across the state for future political aspirations, which I hope I've shot holes all through, Mikey, because I've told the truth. I'm just not willing to tolerate this bullshit. There's a lot of waste in this county. We ought to do better. But I'm going to tell you, as somebody who's went around the world, freedom is a fragile thing. I mean, we were almost lost it a couple times in the last 200 years. I mean, Mike just blew it at Hammock Bay as immigrant answer. Listen, I don't care if this is politically correct, and no, my kids are part Hispanic. If you're not here legally, you're a drain on our tax system, and groceries are high enough. Hospital care is broken because of the amount of people that are flooding it that shouldn't be using it. And I'm for shipping them all out of here. I don't care if it makes people mad or not. I mean, where do we draw the line? Let me tell you, if you're an American and you've never left America, it's bad out there. I've watched countries fall. I've participated in it. Of running regimes out of countries. And if we have a war in this nation, it's going to destroy us because we're full of people who didn't come from here. And, I'm all for legal immigration. I mean, look at what people like HPP, that people move to this county, invest millions of dollars they brought with them. There was no welfare back in the days. I mean, we're all immigrants except for the natives, Those people out in the Bruce that identify as the natives come to the BCC for tilapia farms because God knows tilapia was a native fish from China. God, you can't make it up. But aren't you tired of big government? If you don't vote no against government, you're saying you like more of what you got. I see Freeport being torn to pieces. All that farmland went to solar panels. We once stopped hotels from going up in the south end to try to maintain the value of the property and the feel of Walton County and the beaches of Walton County that were so unique. And now, hell, 98's full of hotels with nowhere to go to the beach. And we're building future slums and short-term rentals while everybody argues over a beach that those rentals won't have to go. In fact, they'll overload the beach that's already too full. It's not that wide. We have the foresight of Porky from the Little Rascals, and some of you young people have to go look up what that dude looked like. Or Froggy, excuse me. I said Porky. I meant Froggy. Go look up Froggy from the Little Rascals, and that's the forward-looking vision of some of the people. And some of the people are just kind of turned some of these communities into socialist communities. Who in the heck would have wanted to move to Freeport to be crammed into an apartment building and side by side by side? And they say, Alan, you got to start somewhere. But you've built enough. That's not a goal of anybody. I I think most people's goal in America, an average American, is just to own some dirt somewhere and have enough room to move their elbows. Doesn't have to be a fancy home. But cramming people together, I have seen in other countries, people need a little bit of room. And sometimes what's smart for the community is to stick to the plan, and the fewer pieces, people will pay more for. But in America, we got a problem. I mean, hell, look what we got. We got Kamala. She used to date Montel Williams and walk around with another woman as part of his threesome. No shit. Now, I don't care what race she is. I don't care what gender she is. But her and I don't know Joe are damn near idiots. I mean, our border, to me, and for you people who don't know, man, I'm a veteran of the Department of Defense about 35 years. And I'm just in awe that when I was a young soldier, we secured the German border for them for the Berlin Wall till Reagan tore it down. And we can't close the doors on our own faucets. And average people in America have no concept of their money funding what they're seeing on TV. And their communities aren't ready for it. Our school systems aren't ready for it. We got brand new schools opening because and they're full because we haven't followed a comprehensive plan. And our dumb sheriff and our lazy superintendent have been uninvolved in making sure we had success with our county leadership. There is so much waste in the sheriff's department. Hell, Mike got caught. He got reported the other day, that 501c, and now he's complaining. He's gone back. He went back this morning and backdated all the documents, but they got a date on them. Well, you didn't notice for that last month, you didn't notice that coming up on a month ago, and you just happened to catch it and change it the day after you found out a complaint had been filed over. And what kind of sheriff who's ran for office 5 different times, I believe? What kind of sheriff doesn't know that he can't take it's an IRS violation? We need government to just be a professional government. That's it. It's, but we don't. And everybody knows it. And if you don't go vote it out, now I'm not saying those people be perfect. God knows I'm not perfect. I'm going to never be president. I've dropped too many cuss words on my shows over the year. I wouldn't even want to hear it. Of course, then, I haven't sold out for nothing. I'm not for sale over shit like that. And if people want to vote me in office and they know how I feel about things and I get pissed off and I profane about it sometimes, well, First Amendment's what formed this country. The right for us to, address our grievances against a government that works for us with our money. I don't need a sheriff's department to have a massive public affairs and a goal that they teach class on of the branding of the Walton County Sheriff's Office. What the hell? And I don't need a Walton County Commission that has 2 commissioners passing around a naked employee, or their employees are passing it around, and the attorneys that they know about it. And then 3 years after the event occurs, they all stand up and claim they did the right thing and reported it. Well, why wouldn't we? If you reported it or filed something, Tony, we'd have known that shit 3 years ago. Go watch Tony's very last BCC meeting, I hope, until he's a lame duck. Watch that. It's a shit show. I don't know what else to call it. That $500,000 development. And here's the thing. Here's the thing about Alan Osborne. I absolutely know I'm not perfect. I constantly look in the mirror and go, I could do better. When I was in the service, I made lots of mistakes. I tried to own up to them. And, my guys tore up stuff sometimes when we were in training. Occasionally, stuff got tore up. And we go, hey, did we do a bad job? And if we did, we told the boss. And then we say, hey, boss, this is the public stuff here. We were in training. We got lots of new equipment. That stuff happens. But boss, now that we know that this issue can happen with this new equipment, we're going to put this information into writing. We're going to educate everybody so nobody gets hurt. We don't waste money on tearing stuff up. I will say we were very fiscally responsible for the most part. And when we weren't, we recognized it, told ourselves it wasn't acceptable, and we implemented corrections. I don't hear Mike saying that he's done anything wrong. It's a constant, I don't do anything wrong. And I found this out the first time I was in charge. Sometimes you got to be a humble leader and go, hey, we blew it. Yeah, we dropped the ball. Yep, whole bag of hammers right on the toe. We did it. I've been to aircraft accident sites. I've been to countries that have just been overthrown. Yeah, we do it as humans. We do it wrong all the time. And the thing we do most wrong is we don't learn from history. Now, Tony's in there in the denial mode and the claim of when he did it, and he's changed the story 3 times. He's so fidgety, even a whole bar of that chocolate couldn't keep him to sit still. He just couldn't sit still until me and Dan Cousin were out of the room. but Suzanne was still left. You know, and Mark caught him lying. Yep. And, you know, and Tina showed him what his board members that they protect are. There's solutions to this, and they're not on. Trey's never owned up an apology. Last I heard, he's still claiming he didn't. So somebody's lying. Is it Trey or Tony or both? Because if Trey claims he didn't do it and he was hacked, Tony claims that he got them from him, and yeah, they're Trey's. They're mutually exclusive. You see what I mean? And then today, you know, we find out it's posted online. I read that Tony and Trey and Chuck are all out campaigning together, but his supporters are worried that I'm breaking the rules by telling you who I'm voting for in the primary. But hell, you can't vote for me until November. I'm just a citizen out here and a candidate for November. I'm just telling you what, if you pick me later on, I'm telling you what I'm going to do. But I'm not going to do the same thing. It would be much better on me, you know, to go do something much more fun than reading all this paperwork and trying to figure out how much our government's lying to us. Nobody wants to do that. You think that's my goal, to look through this crap? I didn't work 35 years to go sift through this stuff. It's just unacceptable. We've been on a collision path that leads to, like I said, a woman who's was part of a threesome with Montel Williams publicly and dressed like she belonged on a street corner is a representation, or I feel like cussing over that she's running for president. I don't care what color she is, and I don't care, you know, she's a female. I happened to work for a female who was one of the first women of the West Point class when they had women, and she was an absolute fine commander. I enjoyed working for him. But this is unacceptable. And like I said, I only reference D.C. because, you know, it starts fixing it here, and everybody says it. Who wants to show up in Hammock Bay and have the same people the sheriff brought to Mossy Head and the same people he brought to Red Bay? I'm a candidate. I brought me, Sheriff. And you too, Chuck. We had the wall of green and the wall of white. Hell, none of those are conservative colors. I don't never wave the white flag. Maybe Chuck showed up with those white shirts for the first time as an act of surrender. Your integrity left a long time ago, Chuck. You never did address about paying back the teachers. You just said that you had a payment plan with the IRS. But I'd hate to brag I had multiple homes and I owed my government money. I just wouldn't brag about that. You didn't actually pick your family over paying the government. You picked your things over paying the government because your family wouldn't have left you if you'd only had one house but paid your taxes on time. And see, it's all perspective, isn't it, Lucky Chucky? It pisses me off just to watch y'all there, and that's why I tell you, I ain't having it. Now, I can't force myself for change, but I can be loud and tell you what I would do. And if they don't pick me, well, that was a choice. It won't be the first time somebody didn't pick me, but Mike, you didn't get but 300 more votes than me, at 300 and something. I'll go count them again. It's on that other show. So quit talking about me like you're some kind of overqualified guy. Any day you want to match resumes, training experience, leadership courses, and I don't mean ones you got to go to after you got elected. You supervised almost nobody until you were appointed the marshal. And then you got to run against basically nobody as an incumbent. Come on, Mike. And sorry, Ralph, but anybody could have beat you the year that Mike beat you. You'd pissed everybody off, Ralph. And so, to the officers out there, to the firefighters and paramedics, you got to have an example. And clearly, I'm going to tell you right now, as long as people have a trend of all this sexual misbehavior and this favors and selective enforcement of the standards, there's never going to be a great atmosphere of professionalism behind the scenes. Because, like the brave deputy said, shiny on the outside, empty on the inside. Well, that's not a unit prepared for anything. And these agencies work for us. I'm not worried about what the rest of the state or anybody else thinks of the brand of law enforcement and firefighting. I just care if the citizens are satisfied with it and are we meeting the true needs. I'm going to tell you right now, when I find out that we've got public health buildings falling apart, and we're giving away a $1.6 million property for $300,000 to somebody, and we're not sure, deemed it unnecessary, right next to I-10, and now an ex-commissioner's aunt's LLC is going to flip it in 2 years for 500% increase in profit, possibly. Come on, people. Is that what you want? Trey don't have no shame. He said, hey, I want this Trey egg. Yeah, I love Walton County. I love that bay. Dump some French fry grease in it. If that's what you want, that's what you're getting. But make no mistake about it. It's a corruption quartet. You have the choice not to pick. Trey, Tony, Chuck, and Mike, they're all in the same camp. Now, I know that don't mean that that's the way the votes are going to go down. Some, all, or none may win or lose. But this is your chance. And if you've moved to Walton County and you don't want to be ruled by the same DNA basically in every office, you better pick some change. Think about it. You don't get the same DNA with Curry. You don't get the same DNA with Morano. And Brad has come off and stepped aside. He's not taking money from the same people. He's not running in the same circles. And you watch him at a meeting, he's not acting like local DNA. He realizes this is serious in America. He's been around enough to know what's wrong with government, and he's the only one I see up there who's has vast experience in government, recognizing that sometimes government is wrong. I tell you, like I said, and I voted for Murray, I voted for Morano, and well, that's how I'm voting. I'm voting for Curry and Drake. Oh yeah, Gary Greger. I think he's done a fine job without very little drama. I didn't mean to ramble tonight, but just want to talk about things, I see things from a different perspective than some people, but I've seen a lot of different things. To the people who came up and shook my hand, you know who you were, and thanked me for saying what I did at Hammock Bay, I appreciate that. I'm always happy to answer questions. Unless I already know you're an idiot, and I don't mind telling you to go away. I don't owe everybody. I'm happy to answer most people, but if you're an idiot and you don't know it, please don't come ask me to tell you. I think most of us have already identified you. One of them just about got himself identified out the door at Hammock Bay. He bit off just a little more than he could chew with that feller that was over in the corner, didn't you? Boy, the economic development EDA guy, I think he misbehaved at Hammock Bay to be a representative of the county that some other citizen, and then I think he even invited that citizen outside. Is that what you did, Uriah? Is that what you did? Did you invite another citizen outside in a threatening manner while you were a representative of the county? I think I'm going to contact that feller so he can file a complaint on the BCC. I didn't even think about that till just now. Well, that makes my morning. That is a great present. Anyway, you can't make this shit up. I'll probably read Tony's and Trey's ethics complaints later on this evening. But think about it. Go vote. Let's start. America, let's not lose it. And let's surely not lose this community that we have here in Walton County. Just think about it. I'm Alan Osborne, and you can't make this shit up. But you can unelect it. Think about that. That's how much fraud I think has occurred under white collar crime. Now, are you really worried about a bag of grass or something else or a fight? Or are you worried about this? Do you think that costs the community a lot of money? Think about it. I'm prepared to prove my case. It's taken Mikey 14 years, 13 years to even say it needs to go to investigation. Hey, Mikey, what is it? Nobody's contacted me yet. Are you going to snatch that letter back if you win? Yep. Chutes and ladders, arts and crafts. That's what you get in Walton County. Remember, Walton is not law spelled backwards. Let's flip the script and spell it right. Till next time, I'm Alan Osborne.